Hi everybody, I hope you're good. So the title of this particular video is Ger40 after the ECB interest rate decision. So let's get into the analysis. And in regards to this particular chart, the first thing that I can see that is very much important is the fact that we have this level over here. Let me just actually draw it properly. We have this level over here, which is a very strong level of support, and that is because we've had multiple rejections in that area, and we might potentially see in the future price coming down from where it is to this level to test it. And at this level is where we would look for potential buying opportunities, and our take profit, I believe, should be around this level over here. Why do I say that level? That is because if you look closely at this point, we have a candlestick called it's actually a pin bar, and it's actually a bullish candlestick with a small body and quite a long upper wick, and it tells us that at that level we have a lot of liquidity sitting there. And as you guys by now know, liquidity is money that needs to be triggered by the market at one point or another, right? If you can hold all the way to this point, that'll be great. Let me just actually mark it over here. I'm also going to mark that actual support area, because it too is very much important. So just bear with me, guys. So we could say that this whole area over here is a very strong level of support. And as I said, guys, if the market from where it is comes back to this area, at this area is where we would look for potential buying opportunities, and our take profit, in my humble opinion, should be at around this area over here, and that is because of this candlestick that we have over there, right? So what else do we see, guys, in regards to the weekly chart of Ger40? Another thing that I see that is also very much interesting is the fact that we have this candlestick over here. It is a bearish candlestick with a small body and a long lower wick. So it too is a liquidity candlestick, and it too tells us that at some point the market has to come down to grab that liquidity, as liquidity is money that needs to be collected by the market, right? So what else do we see, guys, in regards to the weekly chart of Ger40? At this point I don't see much, although some people would say that this is a very big overextended W structure, right? It's an overextended W structure because the first leg is much higher than the second leg, right? Over here, right? And we can see that the pattern started at this point, and I believe that it needs to at least end in and around this area, right? Hence I say that if we do indeed find a buying opportunity at this point, should price come back to this level, right? At this level is where we should look for buying opportunities, and our take profit should be this level over here, because that would be the completion of this very nice W structure, as you guys can see. I just hope my drawings are not too confusing. Anyway, let's proceed. So what else do we see at this point? At this point I don't see much. I'm just gonna head down to the daily chart. Let's have a look. So here we are on the daily chart. Let's see. The first thing that I'm going to do in regards to the daily chart is to add my daily channel. So just bear with me, guys, while I do so. Let's see, daily channel. How would I add my daily channel? I would do it more or less like this. There we go, more or less. There goes our daily channel. Let's see. I'm just gonna zoom in a bit. There we go. Now that we are on the daily chart, guys, what is it that we see on the daily chart? On the daily chart, the first thing that I can see is the fact that we have this very nice W structure at this point, which has a neckline at that point, right? So you guys know by now that whenever it comes to W structures and the neckline has been broken to the upside, we want to see price come back to the neckline to test it, and you know by now that at the neckline is where we will look for further buying opportunities, right? So we want to see price coming back to this level, and if it does so, at this level is where we would look for buying opportunities, right? And remember, on the weekly chart I spoke about that area right at the top that's carrying all of that liquidity. So if we find an opportunity at this point, I believe that our take profit should be that point right at the top, right? Having said that, guys, as much as we have this structure over here, right, this W structure, just keep in mind that we have this area over here, which is a very strong level of support, and we have a lot of potential buyers actually waiting for the market to push down to this level. And once it gets to this level, they will be buying in strong numbers. And I believe that the better entry would be at this point actually, as opposed to at this level over here. And that is because a lot of buyers are actually waiting for the market to retrace to this level. And at this level, I believe that there will be plenty of volume to allow the market to actually move further up to the high point that I spoke about in the weekly chart, right? So just keep that in the back of your mind, that we have this very strong level of support, right? Anyway, I'm just gonna add a neckline for that smaller W structure. Just bear with me, guys. Let's see. Just bear with me, guys. So we could say that more or less this level over here is the neckline of our W structure, right? The next thing that I'm going to do, guys, is to utilize the Fibonacci retracement tool. I just want to see if this neckline of this W structure actually aligns with any key numbers that we have on the Fibonacci retracement tool. So just bear with me, guys. Let's have a look. What we're doing, in other words, guys, is we're looking for confluence and reasons that would support our buying at specific levels. That's what we're doing by adding the Fibonacci retracement tool, right? So there goes our Fibonacci retracement tool. And what does it say? Can you guys see that the neckline, which is over here, right, of this W structure aligns with, we could say, the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level? So there is confluence in as far as looking for buying opportunities goes, should price from where it is retrace back to this level, right? Let me just actually remove the fib, right? So as I said, guys, should price from where it is come back to this level, we have two reasons for why we should be buying, or three reasons. Number one, we have this W structure. Number two, we have this neckline, which is also a very strong level of support. And number three, we have the neckline aligning with the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level, right? But that is not reason for us, or rather that is not reason enough for us to just buy at this point. Should price come here, we would look for further reasons for why we should be buying on the lower time frames, right? Anyway, from here what I'm going to do is head down to the H4 chart. Just bear with me, guys. I just want to fix my H4, rather my daily channel. Just bear with me, guys. Let's see. Just bear with me, guys. Right, there we go. And just to recap, guys, remember, in fact, before we recap, I actually just want to add my H4 channel as well. So just bear with me. I'm just going to add my H4 channel. There goes my H4 channel, more or less. And we can see, guys, that we are very much in an upward trajectory on both the daily chart as well as the H4 chart. Can you guys see that? Right. And just to recap, guys, let me just zoom in a bit somewhat. Just to recap, guys, remember on the daily chart we spoke about how we have this W structure which has a neckline at that point, and we said that price, should it come back to this level from where it is, at this level is where we would look for buying opportunities. And that is also because the neckline of this particular W structure aligns with the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level, right? And remember, guys, we also have this opposing trend line over here. So should price come to this level over here, right, at this level, and it successfully tests this trend line as well as this neckline, right, and to add to that, remember we have the neckline aligning with the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement pattern. At this point is where we should indeed be looking for buying opportunity, right? Anyway, let's proceed. So what else do we see, guys, now that we are on the H4 chart? On the H4 chart, I really don't see much. The market has been somewhat choppy in that region, as you guys can see, right? And I don't see any actual buying or selling decisions, right? But another thing that I can see is that the market has created what seems to be an overextended M structure. It's an overextended M structure because that first leg is much higher than that second leg, and we can see that the neckline more or less is at that point, and we can also say that the neckline is yet to be broken. So I'm just going to add a neckline to that point, so just bear with me, guys. So we could say that this level over here more or less is our neckline, right? And just keep in mind that necklines are not actual lines, guys. This is very important. Necklines are not actual lines, they are rather areas. So in other words, we could say that this is our neckline more or less, right? So remember, necklines, and especially in this particular situation, we have this neckline also acting as a very strong level of support. And what may actually happen is, as much as we expect price to close below the neckline, head back to the neckline, and then push further down to around this area to test this very strong or very important level of support, which is the neckline also of this W structure that I spoke about on the daily chart. As I said, guys, what may actually happen is that the market may push up from this area over here, because this is a very important or very strong level of support as well, right? But as far as buying goes or selling goes, at this point I don't see any opportunities. However, should price close below this area over here, right, I would wait for it to head back to the neckline to test it, and at this point I would look for potential selling opportunities. However, I would not be selling hard. I would rather wait for the market to get to this point, and at this point is where I would look for buying opportunities, right? I would look for buying opportunities, right? But as I said, the most important level is this level over here, in as far as looking for buying opportunities goes, because a lot of traders and investors are actually waiting for price to head down to this level, and at this level is where we will have that power, right, to push the market up to the top level that I spoke about, right? So that is it, guys, as far as my analysis goes. At this point in time, rather wait for the market to close below the neckline, and then for it to head back to the neckline, and then at this point look for a selling opportunity. Look for a selling opportunity, don't just sell. Look for a selling opportunity. If price gets here, at this point is where we should also be looking for buying opportunities, and that is because, as I said, we have the W structure on the daily chart, we have the neckline of the neckline, or rather W structure being here, and we also have this neckline being in alignment with the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level, right? So that is it, guys, as far as my analysis goes. Just remember to like the video if you do indeed like it, and remember to subscribe to the channel. And if you also have any further questions, just let me know in the relevant section, and I will try my best to respond, right? Thanks for watching, and peace out, guys.